Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of March 12 through 18. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I'm providing you. Okay. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here's a 4 of Pentacles to get us started. We're going to do the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread, and as I lay these cards out, I want to just let you know that if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or, send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments to this video. All right? I do read every single comment. Now we're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I guess we're going to use that one. And that is hopefully going to tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay, so we're not going to look at it until the very end, so please stick around. Okay, so we started off with this 4 of Pentacles, discs, coins. You're the type of person who is very capable. I think you are very much in tune with your surroundings, in the sense that you almost have a barrier around you. Okay, I'm feeling like you are very protective of yourself. I feel like you're someone who's very generous and very open and very giving, but you also have this tendency that I think is coming out right now to wall yourself off. Okay. I think that there is something going on that is bringing this quality out of you, and this is kind of a self-preservation, self-protection kind of vibe. Okay. I think that you are someone who is very much in need of control. Okay, I think that you love routine. I think you like to have everything in its place. I think you kind of know where everything is. So it's like when you come home, if something's out of place, you'll notice little things. I think you're almost hyper vigilant about what's in your environment. Okay, and I think this week there's really something that's going on. I think with this Justice or Adjustment card and with this Fool energy that we have, that is making you a little bit more hyper-aware or hyper-vigilant of your surroundings, okay? Your head's kind of on a swivel. I think you're someone who is a very capable builder. I think that you've created a life for yourself, and there are certain standards in your life. You require things to be kind of a certain way. All right. I think that you are holding on to this kind of security. It's almost as if you want to stay home in your comfortable environment because the things that are out there are unpredictable. The things that are out there, you don't always have full awareness of. You know what I mean? It's impossible for us to really notice everything. Okay. So I feel like there's this drive or this desire for you to kind of stay indoors this week, right? Like maybe literally, but I think in a figurative way, it's like you're trying to really stay close to home. You're trying to keep everything as familiar and as routine as possible because there's some kind of unknown, there's some kind of variable out there right now that is making you a little anxious, okay? And I think we'll just call it that to be kind of on the more prudent side of things. But generally, you're someone that really likes to have all of their things in an orderly way, okay? I don't think you have like a very messy home. I think you make your bed every day. I think you do the dishes every night. You try to keep things in their place, I feel like you're a very organized person. And I think that is a way for you to overcome anxiety, overcome this this apprehension, this almost a fear. I don't want to say fear, but this sort of fear of the unknown, of the variable. Okay, you like things to be somewhat predictable. I don't feel like you very often go outside of your comfort zone. Okay, I think this week there's something in particular, I think from the past. I think this Justice card really is what it is. There's something that has enabled you in this mode a little bit more than usual lately, okay? So it's as if you're reacting to whatever this Justice or Adjustment card, we might as well talk about this now. I think this was in the recent past, maybe the last few months. There was some kind of a decision made against you, or some kind of I don't think it's really a legal thing, though it could be. Sometimes the Justice card, means the obvious thing. It's some kind of a legal battle that you're involved in. No, I think that you made a mistake, and you kind of accepted the consequences to that mistake, right? There's something that maybe happened a few months ago. Maybe it was a year or two or something like that. It wasn't like yesterday, but it wasn't, it wasn't a million years ago. It's not that you're still paying for it, but I think this experience has put you in this kind of hyper-cautious state, okay? Where you're trying to really stay in your lane. You're trying not to venture outside of what you're comfortable with, where you know is safe and secure and stable, like this Four of Pentacles, right? That's your home base. You know you're safe here. You know that this is not going to lead to any trouble. Maybe this was, a period of time in your life that you had to make amends, that you had to kind of pay for the mistakes that you've made, okay? And I don't want to be too specific, and I don't want to go into too many details, but it feels to me almost like there was not necessarily a legal thing, but there was something where you made a mistake and you had to pay for it. Now, this could be in terms of a relationship. It could be something more metaphysical than that, something on a more spiritual level. This could literally be at work. It could be a legal matter or something like that. And, if there is something going on like that, please seek out professional services, okay? I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, obviously. But I feel like it's already been paid for. You know what I mean? Some kind of a mistake that it still affects you in the sense that you're trying really hard now to just stay in your lane, stay in your comfortable space, You're gonna try to keep yourself in this box where it's familiar, where it's safe, and there's no risk of whatever this probably a not too fun experience can happen again, right? So I think you're kind of hyper vigilant in order to keep yourself on the straight and narrow, let's say, and this could be, it could be a lot of different things. And again, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to know exactly what this Justice card represents, but it's something serious enough that you don't want to experience it again, okay? You don't want to go through that whole process. Maybe I don't want to speculate. All right? It's something that has been paid for, and you definitely don't want to do it again, okay? So I see that you're kind of hyper-vigilant about things, and you've got this Five of Wands up here at the top of the Path of the Dove. You're someone that kind of has a difficult time staying in your lane, staying on the straight and narrow, You've got this kind of restless energy, and I think you are the type of person that feels an inspiration, feels an impulse, and your first thought is, I got to go do this, and it's been difficult for you to kind of temper this Five of Wands, okay? It feels like you're the type of person that has a very strong competitive energy, okay? I feel as if there are certain people around you that bring out this kind of competitive edge, let's say. It's almost as if you still feel in some way that you weren't completely responsible for what happened back here. Like, there are other, it's almost as if you took the blame for something. And now I know I said you made a mistake and you paid for it. Yes, that's true. I think other people had a role there as well. And they maybe didn't have to go through what you went through, okay? So I feel that there's still kind of some anger about that, you know? I think that these people, principally this Princess of Swords and this Prince of Discs, okay? There may be an air, maybe an earth sign person involved here. It may not be their astrological signs. It could kind of be their nature, more about their personality than their, you know, astrological sign. But there is still some resentment, I think, towards these people. Because I don't feel like I feel like they kind of let you take the blame for the whole thing. They let you take the entire, it kind of sounds like a movie plot, right? You had to pay for everybody's mistakes, not just your own, okay? So you're responsible for your part, but it feels like you almost were held accountable for the roles of other people, okay? Now, this could be something at work. It could be something in a romantic relationship, though honestly, we don't see any cups here at all, okay? The closest thing we get to water energy is this Priestess card, which is ruled by the moon, which, you know, has some kind of magnetic or watery qualities to it. But it's just a lot of air, really, and a lot of fire, okay? So it feels to me, and then we got the earth, obviously, but it feels to me like there's still, it still lingers. This issue is still kind of active in you. And you want to rectify it. You want to hold these people accountable. You want them to accept responsibility for their part in this whole thing, whatever it was. Again, I don't want to know. So you're still holding on to a lot of resentment, animosity, some anger about it, you know? And I think that's making it difficult for you to just kind of focus on your goals, focus on your routine, you know, do the things that you're doing to build your life, to be productive, you know? You're kind of staying in your area where you know you're safe, you can focus on what you need to focus on your responsibilities, and try to ignore some of these thoughts and feelings that you have about this situation, you know? It's almost like it's pretty much done and over with, so there's really not a lot that can be gained from staying in these energies, okay? We got the Five of Wands. Down here, we got the Eight of Swords. So it's almost like you keep running through this scenario. You keep going through what happened, what you wish would have happened, what you would like to see happen now, you know, for these people to, you know, be held accountable for what they've done as well, you know. You know, and again, I don't want to I keep getting all of these images of scenarios that, you know, this could be pertaining to, but I don't want to go into detail about those. But I feel like there were some co-conspirators here, okay? And you can't let it go. You have this tendency to overthink it. You keep analyzing it over and over, okay? And there needs to be a resolution to it, you know? And I don't know that you're going to resolve it by any kind of thoughts or actions, okay? We're not going to resolve it by thoughts, that's for sure. The Eight of Swords, it's kind of tying you up in knots. It's preventing you from really building on this foundation, from handling your responsibilities in kind of an efficient way, because you're wrapped up in your thoughts about this thing. And you're wrapped up in your feelings about this thing, And what we see now we're going to talk about that Fool card, because I think the Fool is really the type of vibe that we want. This is kind of what we're really going for. And we need to focus on the Fool energy. Now, the Fool is I think it's the cool breeze that's blowing all this stuff right out of our thoughts, right out of our mind, right out of our lives. Okay. This is a fresh start. This is, I think, looking at this opportunity, trying to see this past event as a way to start over, right? As a second chance, Try to find the silver lining here, because I think this is probably a blessing in disguise, okay? Now, with the Justice or Adjustment card, this, again, I keep getting these images of like a legal thing or like a movie. This could be a relationship, it could be a marriage, it could be a group of friends, it could be something at work. It's not necessarily the obvious, it's a legal or a criminal thing, okay? It feels to me now almost like it is kind of a family thing. Either way, again, I don't really need to know the details. The Fool energy is trying to see every challenge as an opportunity, trying to see the silver lining in everything, okay? This could be a very dark cloud that is over you, but with the dark cloud, we know there's going to be a refreshing rain that comes, okay? I'm hoping this mystery card is some water energy. I really am. There is this very kind of innocent energy that comes with the Fool, right? It really is just that cool breeze that blows through, and we forget all of our cares, all of our concerns, The Fool just gets this inspiration and forgets all of its troubles, okay? So this is kind of that, it's a fresh start. It's the cool breeze that blows in that just, you forget about the past, you focus on the now, and this is an opportunity. This is a blessing in disguise. This is a way for you to start over, because maybe staying on the path that we were on would have been disastrous. So we needed whatever this Justice or Adjustment event was to start us on this new path, okay? And I think this is the blessing, that you get to start over. You get this second chance. Rather than staying committed to whatever this was, right? If you were to stay on this path, it probably would have been disastrous. So we're thankful now. We've got this new energy coming in. We've got this new, fresh start, a second chance, And in the future, we are looking at this Princess of Swords. This could be another person involved here. The other, like I said, co-conspirator, friend, family member. This could be some younger energy involved here. Again, if this is a family situation, these are some younger family members. This could actually be a younger family member that you still need to connect with, okay? I'm kind of getting the feeling like the Fool energy is kind of blowing you toward this person, especially when we look at the overhead. Whatever this difficulty was, this kind of legal thing, or this some kind of official decision that was made, right? If this could be talking about a divorce or something like that. It's a fresh start. It's an opportunity for you to reconnect with this person, okay? This could be someone from your past. It could be a family member that now you have the chance to start a new relationship with them, okay? It's something new, because this is a Princess of Swords. So it's about reaching out and starting, just taking the first steps towards rebuilding a relationship with this person, okay? And I think rather than dwelling on the this kind of past situation and what happened or what could have happened and whose fault it was. I think we need to take a cue from this Fool energy and allow this cool breeze to push us forward. Okay? And right now it's going to push us over to the path of the Serpent, because we see a general energy, this Sun card. And this is really beautiful. This is telling me that you have the opportunity now, especially with this Fool energy, major arcana to major arcana. You have the opportunity now to focus on your true will, your true goals, your passion, your meaning. What is your purpose now? What is it that you are focused on? I feel like you have a lot of time, a lot of opportunity. The universe is kind of saying, hey, you get this chance to start over. You've got to focus on yourself. You've got to focus on being the best person that you can be, on growing, on evolving. Yes, reach out to this person, because I think that is part of what you truly want, right? If this star is you, this is someone who is just glowing, someone who is warm and affectionate and generous, supportive and nurturing. This is someone that recognizes the circumstances that they're in, is able to see all the dark corners, see things for what they are. There are no shadows with a sun this bright, right? And this is really about taking this Fool energy, this inspiration, this cool breeze that blows into town, and really making something of it. Using this as the opportunity to focus on your health, your well-being, your career, your relationships, right? Your creativity, your self-expression. Really work on yourself, you know. And we see another major arcana right after that in the environment, as your kind of greatest asset. I think that you have this intuitive, psychic kind of aspect of yourself that you've been ignoring for too long. I think your greatest asset, what you have in the most kind of abundant form, is your spirit, is your power to connect to the divine. But I think that it's been kind of shadowed, clouded. It's been veiled by all of this stuff on the path of the dove, this whole situation that we're in with this relationship, this legal thing, this divorce, this employer kind of contract things, maybe something with the union, whatever it is. Whatever it is. It's so overshadowed who we really are that it's time now to look at things like a fresh start. Look at this as a new beginning. I almost wonder if this is going to be the death card. I wonder if that's going to be the death card. I think some water energy. Death card would be water energy. It's ruled by Scorpio. So maybe. I feel like a very important task for you is to reconnect with this spiritual, psychic, intuitive side of yourself. You know, maybe you were once a very spiritual or religious person. Maybe you did a lot of prayer or meditation or ritual or divination, tarot, tea leaves, geomancy, Jing. But I think that it's been a while since you've had that. Okay. So this card's really suggesting to me that you need to fill your surroundings, because remember, we're talking initially about how you're very, you're trying to stay at home and just focus on yourself, focus on your routine and what you need to do to kind of build your life, but you're staying where it's safe, you're staying where you know that kind of nothing can go wrong, you know. I think what you need to do is add some things to this environment. Add these reminders of your spiritual side, you know, like literally put up your kind of your religious artifacts and, images and things like this to remind you of this connection that you once had. You know, fill your surroundings with sights and sounds and smells that uplift you, that remind you of this connection, that strengthen this connection that you have with the divine. So that when you are kind of, in your home, staying in your box, staying in your lane, you will be reminded that there is something greater than you, that there is also this cool breeze that's blowing through your life right now, and you have the opportunity to kind of hop on board and move toward this really productive energy that we see on the path of the serpent. Okay? But I think there needs to be a fifth element here, because we're in this kind of horizontal, these four walls, this box we're in. We need something to take us out of that. Okay? And I think this cool breeze with this Fool energy is blowing all of this kind of bad energy out of our life. And then we can really see that divine energy, and we can really see that sunlight that's coming down into our comfortable environment to lead us forward. Okay? And what we see in the future as we move forward is the Prince of Pentacles. Now, I think that this could be, when we were on the path of the dove, this represented somebody else that never really owned up to their responsibility in this situation, okay? On the path of the serpent, this is representing you and the difficult work that you're going to have before you. You know, this is a new opportunity. This is a fresh start. This is kind of a second chance, a new life for you. It's going to require a lot of thought and planning and building and a lot of hard work. Okay? Because you're doing something different now. Maybe you're doing it alone. You're doing it with a different company. You've moved to a different town, or whatever it is. Your environment is new. Things have changed, right? This situation is over and done with. This contract has ended, right? And your life is different now, and you've got to put in the work to really rebuild it, okay? And this is a lot of good earth energy, but it has this air component that we need to get the clarity. We need to organize our thoughts, and the clarity really is taking place with this Sun card. The Sun card is going to illumine this Eight of Swords and kind of do away with that card. So we can kind of just put that there. That'll replace that. Okay. And this, the Fool, and this will replace that. And we've got this hard work. Now the hard work can replace all of this anger and resentment that we are kind of holding on to, right? The Five of Wands. Put that into some really hard work. Focus on the building of your life, not dwelling on the past, not dwelling on what happened, what could have happened, what you wish would have happened, but focus on the building. Use that energy to build. Now, the final card that we see on the path of the serpent is this Eon, Judgment, Reawakening, Rebirth, Baptism by Fire, right? So this whole situation probably was a terrible experience for you. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But that's the key phrase, going through it. This is a doorway that we're going through. Okay? And luckily for you, you have all of this energy pushing you through that doorway. All of this is pushing you right through this doorway. Now, this is the doorway of fire, right? This is not going to be comfortable. It's going to be intense. It's going to be probably painful and difficult, but you're going through it. And on the other side of this is the rest of your life, is your future, okay? And you have all of these major arcana cards, which I think are really indicating that this is a tremendous opportunity for you. This may seem like just bad energy, difficult, terrible situation, right? Wouldn't wish this on anyone. But you can really turn this into some lemonade, you know what I mean? It really is an opportunity for an amazing future to build your life closer to the ideal, right? Closer to the ideal. Now, the mystery card. I think Death card, some water energy somewhere. But I don't know. Maybe an Eight of Discs. Maybe a Four of Wands. That's my other idea. Well, we've got a three. A Three of Discs. I think that you're going to find that this is a much better way for you to exist, right? Because we had the four of discs in terms of this this kind of isolating energy, right? You're just kind of trying to stay home, stay quiet, not really going anywhere, not taking any risks, just doing what's comfortable, doing what's routine. Well, then we got a 3 of discs. So this is a lot more movement. This is a lot more, clarity, a lot more insight and intuitive energy. This is really you utilizing this kind of influx of spirituality, right? This rediscovery of our spirituality to guide you, to guide your work, okay? And I think that not only are you going to reconnect with this maybe air sign person, this young person, but they are going to be quite impressed with what you've done with your life, okay? I think you're showing some real maturity, some real insight, some real skill in what you're going to be doing as you move forward, okay? So this is it's a serious thing. It's a terrible situation. It's a big, I'm not trying to downplay it at all. But in the course of your life, in the grand scheme of things, it's a little minor setback. You got this. You got this. And this is the hard work. And this is the commitment to these things. This is your blood, sweat, and tears. You've got to rebuild this relationship with this young person. Okay? And you've got to work hard to build your life according to what you believe in. This is kind of your work ethic in some ways, right? But not just with work, but this is your kind of the core beliefs that you hold, right? What you want for yourself physically, with the work ethic, but then also emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. What is it that you want to achieve? I think with all of these major arcana, you really have a tremendous understanding of the work that you're doing, right? The 3s are all about understanding, a higher kind of knowledge, right? That intuitive knowing that leads to a real clear understanding of things in the kind of larger scope of things. So I'm very interested in what you do in the next few weeks, and I hope that you'll come back and share some things with us and watch your next reading as well. We're going to do an extended. If you want to check that out, click on the link that's right up here, and you can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly tarot reading from March 12 through 18 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.